Welcome to Rick to Answer TV. We are coming to you from the Gran Fondo in Cottage Grove. Hundreds of bicyclists here are going to ride 117 miles. We got a lot of stuff for you tonight, a lot of stuff about cycling. We're going to introduce you to the owner of Cafe Soriah. We're also going to take you to Colleen Bellotti, who's going to talk about turning kids around. We got Goodwill sponsoring the Recycles segment. We're going to show you what to get for Dad and much, much more. Stay with us. Hi, I'm Rick to Answer. Welcome to Rick to Answer TV. Joining me now is Steve Cash with Dark 30 Sports. We're in Cottage Grove. This is the Gran Fondo. What in the world is a Gran Fondo?
The Oregon Gran Fondo is a takeoff from a big European event after the European big races, the Tour de France and other races. Everyone would get together and locals would ride the course that the pros had ridden. They would race, some wouldn't. There'd be 80-year-old guys with their old touring bikes with baguettes and cups of coffee, smoking unfiltered hand-rolled cigarettes, riding 80 miles, and they'd go out and ride the course that the pros had gotten on, and it was a big community event.
So you started this last
is an
year.
Oregon copy of that.
And you started it last year.
Started last year.
Why? What do you think? It's big. Cycling is huge in Oregon.
A lot of people love this. It's getting together. It's more than just a ride, it's an event because there's music, there's food, there's beer. Beer's a big deal with cyclists. And people get together, and we have a racing component, so there's racers here, teams and individuals racing, and then there's recreational riding.
117 miles?
117 miles is the Gran course, and the medial course is 71 miles, the middle course, and then there's a family course, and you'll see some of the kids walking around here. That's a 31-mile family course.
All right, you got things to do. We'll be back with you to talk about some other things that Dark 30 Sports is doing.
Awesome.
You guys will be back. So Kathy and I have been doing a lot of riding this summer. We did the Pedal for People. That's a 65-mile bike ride from Coburg. You start at Armitage Park and you go around to Brownsville and end up back in Coburg and back at Brownsville. That was for the Oregon Supported Living Program. One of the cool things on that ride was there's a guy in a wheelchair, and he actually had a bike attached to the back of this contraption that his wheelchair could go on. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. Then Kathy and I did the best ride. We love this ride. It's Highway 242, and before they open it up to traffic, they open it up to bicycles only. So we went up on that, and you see the snow on the side of the roads. There's just you and the mountains and the sisters, and you can see everything from there. It's one of the coolest rides that we've ever been on in our lives. Then we did Reach the Beach. That's an 85-mile ride from Newberg, Oregon to Pacific City, Oregon. You end up right at the coast. That's for lung cancer. It's for helping with the American Cancer Society. Kathy and I raised some money for that, and we took the names of people and we wrote them down on a piece of paper. We stuck them in a bottle, and then we got to the beach. We took the bottle and we threw it out into the ocean. One of the names on that list, in that bottle, was Anne Havelock. Anne has scleroderma. Watch her story.
In October 2007, my hands got cold. And then they started getting really painful. A few months later, they started in the middle of the night. My thumbs and this finger here on both hands would wake me up, and the pain was really bad from tingling like they were asleep. The pain was excruciating, and then gradually they started turning translucent. I'd be driving down the road and the pain would shoot down through my hands so bad I'd have to let go of the steering wheel. I don't know how I survived. It took me 1.5 years, And I had gone through 5 doctors, and the 5th one was a PA. And because my skin had gotten so tight you couldn't pinch it, my mouth had shrunk, she knew that it was scleroderma. Scleroderma is an autoimmune disease which is sometimes progressive and sometimes fatal, because what it does is it causes fibrosis, which is caused from collagen buildup. And there's 2 types of systemic scleroderma. One is limited and one is diffuse. Diffuse is the worst. That's the one I have. What scleroderma has done to me is taken my muscles away from me. I've made them very, very weak. I have stage 4 kidney disease with just the 1 kidney. I have a hiatal hernia. My esophagus is messed up. I have an aneurysm in my heart, and I have pulmonary fibrosis on my lungs, which gives me shortness of breath. Otherwise, I can't function like a normal human being anymore. Cancer on my shoulder, cancer on my cheek, and then a couple of months later it was in my vagina. It is hell. It is hell. My life and our life, the last 5 years, has been pure hell. I have to fight for awareness because it's been a hidden disease for 260 years. Because the medical field feels that it's too difficult and confusing to go out and take care of patients, provide care for patients, because it's too difficult and confusing to diagnose. Well, where does that leave the patient? A year and a half for me to get it diagnosed, and some scleroderma patient takes 8 to 10 years. What motivates me is the people that are dying from scleroderma and they don't know how to voice their opinion. And I look at it this way, what have I got to lose? I don't have anything to lose. I have to get out there. I'm just a little person that started this foundation to get the publicity for this, because the faster you're diagnosed with this, the quicker they can treat the symptoms. You can't treat scleroderma, but you can treat the symptoms.
Rick.
Oh.
Hey,
Emma.
Hey, how's it going? Don't worry.
You're here, right? Almost on time.
It's an hour and a half late, not a big deal. We can start now. You're welcome. What? I called you. I had flat tire. I had to change it myself.
Flat tire.
Well, my boyfriend changed it, but I did a lot of the work.
We'll fix that next month.
There's a screw in my spare. If you want to replace yours that's loose, we could do that.
Oh, you're fine.
No? Okay.
Yeah. Do your job.
All right, I'll try. Cafe Soriah is amazing. Have you ever been there? Mediterranean food to die for. And Hamide, who runs the place and makes all the food, is amazing. Check this out.
There's a sense of community. There are relationships you build. There's socializing you do. It brings in so many different elements of life, real life, when you're giving not just of your labor, but truly of yourself. 5 nights a week, my little Meals on Wheels is active. I'm behind it, making fires, making people smile, making tasty food, and getting a chance to visit with people firsthand. When I say Mediterranean, I just have that freedom. Anything that borders the Mediterranean is fair game to me. So it's much more fun, much more inclusive, much more diverse. I know 80% plus of the people that walk in here. I mean, what a pleasure to be doing business with friends that you cultivated over years. That sense of community that you mentioned definitely defines that. 20 years now, it'll be 20 years on June 26. So it's been a fun ride. It creates friendship, it creates the sense of community. There are people that have been coming here for as long as I've been open, And that just the sense when they walk through the door and I just look, and it's this continuum of relationship, continuum friendship. All that woodwork was done by hand and with care and love, and I didn't want to violate that. There's not a nail anywhere in that room. Everything is joined together in a very special artistic way. I feel like I inherited somebody else's treasure, and you're so careful not to do any harm to it. So I feel privileged to have this little house that has become a very romantic dining room. And of course our courtyard, which is just my favorite feature of it in the summertime, because it's just a little garden that's tucked away and secluded. Most people are pleasantly surprised when you keep walking them through the dining room onto this little patio. So when you're doing something that is clean and pure and with love, it nourishes you as you're nourishing others. What a great relationship. So I really think that's what sustains me, is that I do things that actually sustain others. And I think that relationship is symbiotic and mutually beneficial. As one of my favorite philosophers said about work, Khalil Gibran said, "Work is love made visible."
So how amazing is Cafe Soriah, right? I can't wait to try it. Actually, Rick was telling me he and Scott went there and tried it, and the prawns were amazing. And wait, why didn't he invite me? Seems like they do stuff a lot without me. I feel left out, I'm not gonna lie. Rick said something about me scaring caffeine. I'm gonna go talk to him about that. Maybe that's it.
We're gonna make this dish. It's called prawns pernod. Black tiger prawns with shallots, scallions, and tomatoes, a little butter, just a little of salt, a little cracked pepper, a little paprika, and a little nutmeg. Now we're gonna saute the black tigers in there, of course. A little white wine here. So we'll make a little fire, and actually we don't want to burn it all, because we want some of that flavor in the dish. Now it's ready. I just will put it on a plate, and you'll see how pretty it will look. It really does remind me of what you would find in southern France. It's not a job, it's a pleasure. People go, "Oh my God, this is so good, it smells so good, it looks good." So you're getting compliments, you're visiting with people while
You're
you're
kind
working.
of an actor, really.
Yeah, it
this
feels-
is your stage.
It really is, yeah. I thoroughly enjoy it.
Did you see that, Scott? $4 burritos? Oh, are you kidding me? All I can do is think about that chicken burrito I had at Ranchito Grill. They teamed up with Rick Dancer TV, so they allowed us to do a little drawing and give away 2 dinners and 2 drinks last month. It was amazing. So amazing, in fact, everybody wants in on it. And Abe down at Ranchito Grill thought, let's do it again. Why not? So all you have to do is go to Ranchito Grill on Mohawk and drop your name, phone number, email address, an easy way for us to get a hold of you if we draw your name, and you could win free dinners and drinks from Ranchito Grill. It's worth it.
Okay, we're here with Steve Cash and Dark 30 Sports, and last year I got involved in this triathlon thing.
You got hooked.
The Cottage Grove Triathlon. It was so much fun, and I'm not just saying this because it's you. That was so well managed, so well maintained and supported, and the people on the course were so much fun. A triathlon is swimming, running, and cycling, not in that order.
Yes, it's a fun race, and you said it's so much. It's a great venue. Cottage Grove Lake is a great place. Cottage Grove is a great place to have a triathlon. The volunteers, the community support is awesome, and yes, swim, bike, run. It's a great event. you know, come out to Cottage Grove Lake.
Even to watch, there was a lot of folks that came out last
There was
year.
probably 100 people watching last year. It was great. It was
And when
cool.
is it this year?
July 27th, Cottage Grove Lake on July 27th.
So what are you trying to do at Dark 30 Sports by bringing all these different events here for Oregonians and to bring it to our kind of area, Lane County, this general position?
What we build is we work with communities to build small rural communities, and by and large, and build events that fit their community. And so the community gets involved in it. We bring athletes to town who get to see these cool little places and come back. But we find great venues, great biking roads, great lakes, great cool stuff to do.
All right, Steve Cash, thanks. There's a lot of training that goes into a triathlon. I spent a lot of time in the pool. But my friend Tara Pemberton out at LCC says, Rick, you don't have to go to all that trouble. You can train for a triathlon and never leave the mat. Really?
All right, dancer, so it's triathlon time. We're doing a triathlon without ever leaving the ground today, and we're gonna have fun. Come on, Rick, keep that head in alignment. Come on, there you go, good job. Come on, swim, get those arms going. Come on. Okay, almost there. Transition time, bike and go.
You're a tough coach.
I know, come on, but you wanna be fast. Come on, go. Run. When you exercise, sometimes that you want to do is you want to find something that motivates you. Find something that's fun. Fun is always good motivator. You want to get out and change it up. You want to work hard, but you want to keep it fun because you want to keep yourself going out there. If you don't like what you're doing, you're not having fun, you're not going to be motivated to go work out. So find something fun.
Oh, that is hard. That's like Tabata. Kinda, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it gets that heart rate up. Yep. It's a good core workout, gets your heart rate up, if you can maintain it for a long time. Yeah.
Okay, I waited until the cyclists were gone because I didn't want to tick them off. And I am a cyclist, but I got some things I want to say today. First of all, to you motorists who pull up alongside of me and roll down your window and then say things to me like, you shouldn't be on the road, a bicycle is considered a vehicle. So you need to treat us like a vehicle. We don't ride over past the shoulder because all the little steel belted stuff from your tires falls over there and gives us a flat. Also, there's a lot of gravel over there that gives us a flat. So that's why we tend to ride out in the road, and that is legal. Now, cyclist, to all of us, if you want to be treated like a vehicle, you gotta act like a vehicle. That means when you come up to a stop sign, stop. If it comes up to a stoplight, stop. And this is the one that really irritates me. When there's those little lanes that go one direction that have a bike in it and the arrow is pointing at you, that means you're going the wrong way. Turn around and go the other direction. Okay, I'm done. Oh, by the way, Jim Hoyland of JB Woodworks in Harrisburg, he made that box for us. Dovetailed on the sides, inlaid black walnut Rick Dancer logo. What can you say?
So, June means Father's Day, and my dad happens to live in Alaska. I never see him. I wanted to send him something special and something that reminds him of me. I get kind of artsy and I like to make collages, so I thought I would mix those two together. Went down to Goodwill, found tons of frames. Actually, as low as 99 cents, tons of frames. And recycled some magazines. So, I'm gonna get to work. So clearly I'm not going to get this done right now. I want to give it that extra attention. So I'm going to bring it to the show and I will let you know what it looks like when I'm all done. Wish me luck.
Tell me about your dad's gift.
Oh,
You didn't finish.
I did finish.
You showed us part of it and we didn't finish.
Okay, what do you think about this?
That's really cool. I really like that.
I got this frame at Goodwill for like $4.
That's really
And
nice.
then I made
so
everything else.
It's kind of things you think about your dad or you want him to think about you.
Yeah, words that popped out that reminded me of summers with him in Alaska, just for him in general, or me. And that was me in the house that he lives in still in Alaska.
See why we keep her?
Because I used to be
She has
cute.
a heart.
Oh, because I have a heart.
I love this old building, the Armory in Cottage Grove. In fact, a few years ago, the city of Cottage Grove hired us to shoot a video about this place. If you want to see it, it's on rickdancer.com. Does it sound like I'm always promoting my show? Yeah, Rick, it does. I have to. How else are people going to know? Do you have to talk about it all the time? Yeah. Anyway, the Eugene Chamber of Commerce, which I'm now a member, did an article about us in their Open for Business magazine. They're talking to us about social marketing. So look at the funny pictures that they took. We went out with David Lovall, he's a friend of mine, and he shot all these pictures. He had me actually throwing a television set in the pond. I'll let you figure that one out. Also in the magazine this month, Sarah Alvarado. She works at Birch's Shoes. Sarah used to be the babysitter of my kids when she was 10 years old. That's kind of weird. And then Dave and Nicole from Not Your Mom's Sandwich Shop, they're also in the magazine. It's kind of like a family month. And we've got Steve Cash. You are a busy man today.
It is. It's busy.
So tell me about, we're working on a project with you right now on a video for a downtown Eugene run and a bike race.
Yes, downtown Eugene criterium and a Tracktown downtown Eugene mile.
What would that be? Kind of define that for people so they can kind of see
It's going to be an urban downtown Eugene. There's going to be high-speed bikes going around in a closed course, and then we're going to alternate bike racing and mile road racing downtown.
And it's going to be, so people can come out and watch it. It's big in other parts of the country, and even Portland and places.
It's going to go right down through Kankakee Square. Bikers and runners at different times are going to be racing on the street.
And who's involved with this? The
Tracktown USA, Dark 30 Sports, and we're getting as many local cycling and running outfits together in it to high schools. High schools are getting involved in it, so it's going to be pretty cool.
City of Eugene, because this is kind of part of their whole mission, is to open downtown streets.
Eugene Sunday Streets and Summer in the City, they're all involved. We're teaming. We're teaming with the city on this. It's great. It's really cool.
So what's wrong with you and all this athletic stuff? I mean, you're really trying to drive people into this to get them involved with.
Get out and have fun. Race. If you like to race it, race it. If you like to do it, just go do it at your own pace and have fun.
All right, Steve Cash, thanks.
Thanks
for being here. A lot of people ask me all the time, where do you get your news? I don't know what source to go to. I go to the Eugene Daily News, EDN, it's on the internet. And what it is they get people from regional, from local, and international. They bring all those sources together so you can read it. Also, they have Wine Julia and other great features, local writers. They even have Tim Chuey.
Hey, how you doing, Rick?
What are you doing now?
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm doing quite a few things. Number one, I have my own website, Tim Chuey Weather, the number 4u.com.
Tell me what you do with EDN.
Oh, this is the part that really gets exciting. On television, the one thing you have so little time to get stuff done. Right. You want to talk about something really good, but they give you that much time. So what I get to do is I'm doing a column called Weather or Not. Most of it has to do with weather.
EDN is helping to sponsor the Dexter Fire Department's big 4th of July celebration out at Dexter Lake. Tell me about that.
Well, it's going to be fun. Both sides of the lake are going to be used too. Lowell, you've got the boat ramp, so it's nice and quiet over there. And on the Dexter side, it's going to be a barbecue. We're going to have fireworks, obviously, it's 4th of July, and a beer garden, all sorts of really great stuff going on. It's only $2 all day from noon until 11 o'clock at night.
All right, thanks, Tim.
No, you're welcome.
So that's Eugene Daily News. Go check them out every morning. You don't have to have anything in your hand. Our plants don't really care where the water comes from that they drink, but I sure do care. That's why we have McKinsey Mist Naturally Pure Artesian Water as our source for the water cooler. We love Molly, we love what they do, most of all, we just love their water. 18 years ago, Colleen Bellotti brought a new idea to Lane County. It's called the Turnaround Awards. She's going to explain in this water cooler what that's all about. Her husband is the former head football coach for the Oregon Ducks, Mike Bellotti. But this is her thing, and she's touched many, many lives by doing this. And we're here with Colleen Bellotti, talking about the Turnaround Awards. A lot of people in town don't really know what the Turnaround Awards are. You and I do, because this has been going on for how many years?
Will be our 18th.
So what is this? You got the idea from another community. You brought it here 18 years ago, but what really is this?
It's an opportunity to focus and give recognition to young adults, middle school and high school kids who've gotten off track in their lives, sometimes by choices they've made, sometimes it's the hand that they've been dealt, but they've figured out a way to turn their lives around, get back on track, and just become really healthy individuals again.
And so you ask counselors and principals from every school, from Junction City to Eugene to Springfield, to pick that student that best, exemplifies what you're talking about.
Exactly, and there is no set criteria. The schools kind of to figure out how they want to select their individuals. Sometimes at the middle school, they'll wait and give it to an 8th grader so that they've seen the progression through the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. In some cases, we'll have a school that just can't choose between 2 students, so they ask if we can honor both of them, which absolutely would be the case. And this year, we have 29 individuals receiving the award, which is probably, I think, our highest we've ever had.
What I love the most about this is they each get up and hear their counselor or principal talk about them and their success, and then they get to say something. So it's just really this, I mean, honor for them.
It is, and some of the kids are a little shy, if you've remembered over the years, and but we really do try and encourage them to at least say thank you and recognize the people who have been there for them, that have given them the extra strength that they've needed.
Why do you do this? I mean, you put this on with the help of some other friends and people, but you really put this on. Why?
You know, I think it's something about the underdog. You know, even when Mike was coaching, it was, if Oregon was ahead, but the team we were beating was just like 8 touchdowns behind, I just felt bad. It was like, come on, score a touchdown.
You didn't say that out loud though, right?
No, but I don't know. I don't know if there was something in my past that, you know, well, here's an example. When I was kindergarten, 1st grade, I was playing out on the playground and some kids picked me up and dropped me to the ground on the asphalt, broke my permanent tooth. I had a silver crown on my front tooth for 5-6 years. And, you know, so I don't know if it was the ribbing I took as a child, that I really don't know, but I just really admire those people that, against all odds, they can figure out a way to be happy and successful.
I think the fun part about this is really to hear the stories too, don't you? I mean, it puts you, it really humbles you a lot.
It does, and there's such a variety. I mean, you might have somebody who, you know, made a bad choice and they figured out how to correct things to make it right. Then you have a young man who was born deaf, and everything he had to overcome, all the teasing, to make it work for him. And, you know, in that situation, he had no control over what he was given, but he had to figure out a way to be strong enough to overcome any of the bullying or people that were giving him a bad time.
Well, Colleen, thanks for doing this, and thanks for letting me be involved too.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the Watercooler. What I learned from the Turnaround Kids and all their stories, that difficulties, hard things, friction in our lives is really what gives us the power we need to move on. It's understanding and making the choice as to what we're going to do. It's kind of like they're able to find the bridge from what was to what is to come. We'll see you next time.
Can't believe he doesn't believe me. It's right there. Pretty sure I'm getting fired.